I consider myself eclectic. Okay, I don't prescribe to one particular kind of therapeutic model. I don't like the idea of having to confine myself, saying this is the only way I can do this. Because, as we know, and we've talked about this, not all people are going to fit one particular model. You know, I mean, some people would do very, very well in person-centered therapy, and some people would hate it. They would sit there saying, "How come you're just agreeing with me all the time? This is ridiculous." You know, they would hate it. And that kind of person may do very well in more confrontive kind of Gestalt therapy. So I kind of, and you know, I obviously can't tell you all, and I would never tell you all, this is the model you should prescribe to. I'm only saying you might want to look at all of them and pull the best things that you can out of them. The things that feel right for you, okay? Feel that's something you can kind of relate to, and incorporate your own style. I think that is probably the healthiest thing to do.
Well, I think what I envied when I saw the end of those interviews, and both men said, you know, we couldn't hardly go anywhere in a half an hour, but they both had a desire to take that woman somewhere. They saw something beautiful in the process. And
right.
I don't have any sense of that yet. I'm not afraid that I don't have that, but I'll be happy when I do. You know, a sense of like, where do you actually want to go in a counseling session?
You know, when I first started counseling, I didn't have any idea where I mean, I really didn't. I mean, talk about literally walking in a dark room and just kind of like, I hope the wall, the door's someplace near. I mean, and I think that's part of it, in finding your comfort style, your personal style, your timing, your rhythm. I mean, all of that stuff kind of falls into kind of just working with people and kind of getting that level and knowing what you feel comfortable with and what you don't. And it took me a while to find that. I mean, I wish I could tell you like, oh man, I had it down in 2 weeks. No, far from it, far from it. But it became not only a learning process in what I was doing, but I was learning about myself at the same time. You know, I was learning kind of what felt okay for me and what bothered me and what didn't bother me. And all of those things, at some point, you kind of incorporate and saying, okay, this is kind of how I do things now. So it will come. It will come.